Are you thinking about moving to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina? Then stick around because in this video, I'm talking about 5 things you need to know before you make the move. Welcome back to another video. I appreciate you stopping by. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Paolozzi. I'm a real estate agent here in the Myrtle Beach area with RE/MAX Southern Shores, and this channel is dedicated to helping you relocate to the area. I talk about things to do in Myrtle Beach, I give tips and advice about the area, and of course I talk about the real estate. So if you've not done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell while you're at it. I post on this channel every single week. If you hit those 2 buttons, you'll be the first to know every single time I post a new video. And before we get into today's topic, I just want to say if you like this video, if you learned something new, I'd really appreciate it if you smash that like button. Not only does it help me out and it helps the channel grow, but it lets me know that you like the content. This way I can focus on creating similar videos in the future. Now let's go ahead and hop into 5 things you need to know before moving to Myrtle Beach. The first thing you need to know if you are thinking about moving to the Myrtle Beach area is there are a number of towns surrounding Myrtle Beach that get lumped into that Myrtle Beach area. A lot of people call me up, they let me know, hey, we're thinking about moving south for retirement or buying a second home that we can use to vacation to. We're not really sure if Myrtle Beach is the place for us because they hear about Myrtle Beach either because they've vacationed here or they know somebody who's vacationed here and they know it as a tourist town because it is. A lot of people come here to vacation every single summer and sometimes it gets a little bit crazy. The first thing I tell them are there are a number of towns surrounding Myrtle Beach that get lumped into that area, some within 10, 15 minutes, others within 30 to 45 minutes, and it's still that beach vacation, retirement lifestyle that a lot of people are looking for without all the craziness of downtown Myrtle Beach. The furthest south town that I would say gets lumped into the Myrtle Beach area is Pawleys Island. It's about 30 to 45 minutes outside of downtown Myrtle Beach, depending on how far into Pawleys Island you get. A little bit north of that, you have Murrells, Inlet, Garden City, Surfside, all really nice areas. And then you have Socastee, Forestbrook, Carolina Forest that all actually have Myrtle Beach mailing addresses, but they sit on the outskirts, again, not within the craziness of downtown Myrtle Beach. As you head inland, you have Conway and Longs just north of Conway. I would lump that into the Myrtle Beach area as well. And then up north, you have North Myrtle Beach, Cherry Grove, and the furthest north town that I would lump into that Myrtle Beach area is Little River, again, 30-ish minutes outside of downtown Myrtle Beach. So yeah, that's the number one thing. There's a number of other areas outside or within the Myrtle Beach area that are outside of downtown Myrtle Beach. Second thing you need to know before moving to Myrtle Beach is that there is a different tax rate if you own the home as a second home versus if you own the home as your primary residence. So that's definitely something to note. If you're planning to purchase a home now that you and your family can use to vacation to, and then you plan to retire down here some years into the future, when you own the home as a second home or as an investment property, you're actually going to be taxed at a 6% tax rate. Once you move here and establish that home as your primary residence, you're actually going to be taxed at a 4% tax rate. And to do that, you need to fill out an application and you need to prove your residency. So you need to provide a South Carolina driver's license. You need to register your car in South Carolina, and they'll ask for some other forms of proof in order to establish that residency, and you can start getting taxed at the 4% rate. Another thing to note in this section is that once you turn 65, you actually qualify for the homestead exemption, where they will exempt the first $50,000 in value of your home for tax purposes. So, for example, if your home is $250,000, the first $50,000 is exempt when you're 65 years old. So that's essentially a 20% decrease in your taxes when you're 65 and older. With the homestead exemption, you need to have had a legal residency in South Carolina for a full calendar year before you can qualify for that. So if you move here after 65, you still have to wait a calendar year before you can qualify for that. The number 3 thing to know before moving to Myrtle Beach, and this might be an obvious one, is that Myrtle Beach is a tourist town. So what does that mean? You're gonna have a completely different vibe in the summer compared to what you have in the winter, because that's when people are vacationing here. Well, I mean, people vacation to the area all year, but it's mainly in the summer when you're gonna have the big crowds, you're gonna have more traffic, you're gonna have longer waits at some of your favorite restaurants, there's gonna be more people at the beach. When you go out to public places, there's gonna be more of a crowd. So that's definitely just something to note if you're thinking about making this your primary home, is that things are going to be a little bit different in the winter compared to what they will be in the summer. And it's just something you have to learn to live with. And that's going to be especially true during some of the holidays, Memorial Day weekend, 4th of July, Labor Day weekend. I mean, even within your own little community, if you're used to going to your community pool in the summer, those holidays, it's going to be a lot more crowded because people within your community, they're going to have friends and family visiting them for the holidays, and they're all going to go to the pool with their grandkids or their nieces and nephews and cousins, and the pool is going to be a lot more crowded even within your own little community. So even if you're not traveling out to the touristy areas in the summer, you're still probably going to get affected by it within your little community, especially during the holidays. The number 4 thing that you need to know before moving to the Myrtle Beach area is that HOAs, or homeowners associations, are big down here in this area. So if you're planning to move here and move into a nice community or into a condo or townhome, you're going to have to expect to live in an HOA managed community. A lot of people have negative things to say about HOAs and their management companies, and yeah, sometimes they can be a real pain in the ass. But at the end of the day, they are there to make sure the community is upkept, everything is well maintained, all homes are and yards are well maintained. This way you don't have that one neighbor who has piles of junk in their yard and all sorts of trailers and boats and RVs and all sorts of different types of stuff. So they're there to make sure the community is upheld to a certain standard and everything looks nice for the residents there. HOA dues can range anywhere from like $20 to $25 a month for those communities that don't really have a lot of amenities and bells and whistles. You know, you're just paying to upkeep the little bit of common areas that they do have, mow the lawn, take care of the sidewalks and roads, all the way up to a couple $100s a month if it's a nicer community with a lot of amenities that need a lot of upkeep. And then you also can have your HOA dues, depending on the community, include like trash. Sometimes they include like internet and cable, water and sewer. So it really just depends. Your condos and townhomes, those HOA dues will tend to be a little bit higher because you do get a lot more included. They need to take care of the exterior of the building. They're going to take care of all of the landscaping around the buildings. Those are more likely to include things like trash and internet and cable and sometimes water and sewer. So, you know, a lot of people, when they first start talking about HOAs, they say, I definitely do not want one. But then they start looking at the communities that do have them. They see that they are a little bit nicer. They tend to be upkept a little bit better. You know, sometimes they don't have to think about certain bills. And they sometimes decide that's what they want to do. So that's something to consider. There are a lot of HOAs in this area. You can find homes that do not have them. If you're going to buy a condo or townhome, though, they're likely going to have an HOA that is a couple $100s a month. So something to keep in mind. And the last thing, item number 5 that you need to know before you move to the area is that you are more likely to run into transplants than you are to run into people who are native to Myrtle Beach. All of your neighbors, most people that you run into out in public are likely going to be transplants like myself, whether they be from up north, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Ohio, or other parts of the country. Just a lot of people move to this area, they retire here, and so you're likely to see more of those people than you are people who are native to Myrtle Beach. I was actually shocked when I first moved down here. Within the first couple of months, I actually met somebody who was from my hometown before I met somebody who was native to Myrtle Beach. So that's just a little fun fact that I wanted to throw in there for you for item number 5. And that's it. That's 5 things that you need to know before you move to the Myrtle Beach area. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you think anything else should have been added to the list, go ahead and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. If there's anything I can ever help you with, any questions I can answer for you, if I can help you buy, sell, or build a home here at the beach, feel free to reach out. All my contact info is in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace.